Named one of the Mail and Guardian's top 200 young South Africans you should take to lunch, Colins Business was voted Best IT Service Company.
Listen, with a company called Dial and Nerd, you expect all you guys to be stuck behind a computer screen the whole day, but clearly it's not like that at all.
All the time. For me, if I can be outdoors all day long, if I could do my job outdoors, I would do it.
Like most great companies, your company was started in a garage.
I dropped out of varsity in my first year, and my father said, you need to pay the rent and you got to pay the medical aid, so I immediately did the only thing that I could do it, which was fix computers. And at the time, I remember charging 50 Rand an hour, and I literally took every cent that I had and spent it on flyers and marketing, and just hoped the phone would ring. Which it did. It seemed to sort of hit a niche in the market. There didn't seem to be a lot of other IT support companies that wanted to do what I was doing, which was fix normal day-to-day problems with home users. And it exploded very, very quickly. The first 10 years we grew from 3 or 4 staff, and I got my first office, to 150 staff. We had 14 branches around South Africa. I think we peaked out at around 42,000 active customers. So we were servicing a lot of desktop computers.
If you're intrigued by his accent, Colin was born in the US and lived there in his early teens. Otherwise, he's all South African with a trademark love of adventure.
Today you guys are going to learn how to wakeboard. It's the best place in Gauteng to learn on the 2-tower system. Please just remember, arms straight, knees bent. You guys are going to be pros.
This wake park on the Mid-Rand lets you live the thrill without owning a boat. You can ski, kneeboard, wakeboard, and take your time learning.
Okay, cool. So remember, the cable's not going to pick you up. So eventually you have to use your legs and stand up. Always remember, keep your arms straight.
Colin has perseverance and common sense. In the 90s, the public weren't ready for web design, so he switched to IT support.
It's like that first part's the most difficult. You got it because the board just wants to go like that. So I think the trick is to then pop yourself sideways as quickly as you can. So I'm glad he went first, because now I know what I shouldn't do when I'm popping out of the water.
Having mastered support to the home user, Colin has refocused his company to support businesses and schools.
We were making it look easy at the end there.
Thanks.
He's been sitting behind computers studying how to wakeboard videos while we've been building up to this moment. Okay, I'm ready. I've learned a lot from your mistakes, my friend.
Jonathan, a big thing I noticed is if you relax, it makes it a lot easier.
Aside from wakeboarding, Jonathan was learning about business. Colin believes that to build a company, you should find people with the same skills as yourself. Let them do the work, so you don't have to be physically present. You can then service more clients and grow.
It's just so important to be able to balance out stuff like this in life, you know, finding that fine balance between business and pleasure. What are your tips to getting that right?
Although it's nice to be outdoors like this and get these types of adventures in, and it's nice to run a business that's successful and you put everything into, you can't forget your family and the people that are important to you, and that's a tricky thing sometimes to get right, especially when you run your own business. But it's crucial, and it's something that I concentrate on all the time. I spend as much time as I can with my wife and my new 2-month-old baby, and although my business is important, they will always come first.
Diversifying his interests and investing while focusing on his own core business, Colin has found Standard Bank's Quicktrade app very useful.
This sort of technology I love. I pay attention to this sort of thing all the time. And in fact, when I was growing up, I was in front of computer games all the time. Every spare second, if I had an available opportunity, I was playing computer games. And a funny story, when I started my company, I was playing a strategy game at the time, and I actually based a lot of my company strategy on that computer game.
So a good piece of advice for all the youngsters out there: if you want to be successful, play computer games.
100%. Let's go grab a coffee and you can meet my brother.
Colin Thornton has worked with Colin for 13 years and has proved to be just what the company needed in a managing director.
Okay guys, what are your tips here to help us out? Because they always say never mix business with family, but you seem to have done something right.
What works well for us is we're very different people. So Colin's excellent on the strategy, on the business building side, and I'm more of the people person. He steers the ship and I make sure that everyone stays on board.
I'm the bad cop. We also divide our labor quite clearly. So I don't think we've had a fight in well, a year maybe, but before that it's been years. So it's helpful that we've known each other our whole lives. And as a matter of fact, we've just brought another partner into the business, which is a listed company. And for the first time, we're really starting to appreciate shares, share prices, what's going on the JSE.
Share offerings to key staff maintain the company's longevity. They choose business partners who add value, and they think along similar lines to Standard Bank's Brendan Bissett.
Good timing, my friend, because for someone like me who has no idea what shares are or how to trade, what is the simplest way you can explain that to me?
In general, when you buy into shares, what you're doing is you're buying a piece or a little portion of an actual company. And in your day-to-day life, the way to think about it is you do your weekly or monthly grocery shopping, wherever that might be. If you were to buy into that actual company, you could be standing in an aisle, effectively, and while you're waiting to pay, instead of getting frustrated about the queue, you could realize that a lot of the people working in that company, at the tills, etc., they're all working for you, because they're working to build the company up, which in turn ups the value of the share, and that's how you can make some profit.
Online trading has now revolutionized the way we trade shares. How exactly does this app work?
There's a misconception that you have to have a large amount of money to invest in the exchange, and that's just not true. In this day and age, everything's about quick access. Using biometric authentication, once you've actually set up your account, you can get in within a few seconds. You have a nice feature where you can actually just swipe in into your entire portfolio and just click trade. And that's it. You type in your price, your quantity, and you've executed within a couple of seconds.
It's really quite simple. Even a presenter can do it, like myself. Trade in shares. Guys, I might want to let an opportunity slip by, so I do apologize for this, but I have a slight little problem with my computer.
Here we go.
That you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I just can't get into this video. I really want to play this video. I think it's quite a complicated problem because it's taken me a long time. It's probably quite technical.
I'm afraid the problem is with the user.
Yeah? I didn't push play.
Business can be as tough as the Wild West, but identify a need, offer a solution, and you'll be halfway there.
But wait, they're live animals out here.